Hello, I'm Stephen Douglas with thebigleague.com, and I'm here today with Camille Kostek from Wipeout on TBS. Camille, how did you get started with Wipeout?
A lot of people know me for being in Sports Illustrated swimsuit and being a model, but the reality is I've been doing TV well before my modeling career has even blossomed. This started off, I'm going back to middle school, seventh grade, reporting the morning news, what we're having for lunch that day. And, little did I know that just dropping my backpack off in the TV studio was really going to determine, a new passion in my life. And it was something I carried on through high school. We had a world-renowned television studio there, continued on to declare my major in college for communications. I did our local access, news station there, and then just moved through internships with sports and, strict news and with morning shows and talking fashion and fitness and red carpets. And it was just something that I fell in love with, but I really didn't have that break on TV yet. So a lot of people didn't know that. I feel like now a lot of people turn to social media pages too to learn about somebody.
Mhm.
And you don't really see that. I don't really post about a lot of the hosting stuff I've done. So this is something that started off well before, anything else that's been going on in my career. But I have really been working hard, head down on the grind, like waiting for this moment. And when I found out the summer of the pandemic that the reboot was coming out, I was like over the moon about just watching it again, being a fan growing up, watching Wipeout with my siblings around our house. And so when I found out that there was an opening for the job, I had never worked so hard to study that film and figure out how well Joe Wagner did on the sidelines as host in the field. And, I feel really lucky and really blessed to have this opportunity because I have so much fun out there doing it. And season 2 just got announced. So, so you get to hear it here first.
What is it about Wipeout that is so appealing? Is it just the fact that it looks like people are dying and they're actually okay, so it's okay to laugh?
You know what?
Or
I think, in regular life, I think that there's two types of people. There's the people who have a friend that falls down next to them, right, on the sidewalk, and they laugh immediately. There's the other kind of person that checks to make sure they're okay, and then they laugh with them about it, So it's like, it's that on the show. And I'm that second person. I'm that empathetic person who has like such a big heart that's like, are they okay? Are they okay? And, a lot of the times I see them pop out of the water after the craziest wipeout, and they're laughing too, and their partner's laughing, and, so everything's okay. But it's definitely, I just think a lot of people just enjoy seeing the surprise element of it. Even if you think you've seen every episode and the obstacle course, something punches out at you, or, a slime machine, or, a water gun, or something that will make you slip out, or the floor slides from underneath you. We really didn't change up the original that much. We say it's bigger and better. The big red balls are still there. The obstacle courses are definitely a little bit more challenging, and wow, to be there in person, I will say it up front and close, it's a big drop. It's a big drop into the water, just if you jump, let alone, getting wiped out. So I understand the title much better.
have you ever asked to go on the course?
Right after Matt Kunitz, the producer, he called me and he said, Camille, congratulations, you got the role. I screamed into the pillow. And then right after that, I said, how soon do I get to run the course myself? So I will say it was not successful. I did not get to do that. They really wanted to keep me clean and dry the whole time, and, in tip-top condition to be on their on-camera host. But, maybe now that we have season 2 coming, as a seasoned vet, I can do a little convincing, step into the risk factor and start to, accidentally climb up the ladder. I don't know. We'll see.
Has Gronk ever asked to go on the course?
He asked me if I had done the course, and
Mhm.
he asked the same question, like, would I ever do it? And he said that he would love to do it. I think we would have so much fun just taking it on together. So he's definitely down to run it for sure. We watch it every Thursday night on TBS, and it's funny. He watches me. He's like, why do you scream and yell at the TV? You already know who wins, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, but it's still so exciting. So we have a good time with it.
I feel like that's something he might have to wait until after retirement for.
Yeah, I think so. I always wondered, why don't they have, a celebrity edition,
Yeah.
and especially the athletes? But there is that factor that, could they sprain their ankle, or I don't know.
So what was it like filming during the pandemic?
I think that the only thing, I was so excited to find out that, I feel really, really lucky and blessed to have had gotten the job offer during that time. It really allowed me to, with that forced pause in everybody's lives, it got me re-juiced up and re-energized and motivated to get back out there, because I really had to give it my all every day to every contestant. And, I would lose my voice sometimes from cheering them on so much over the madness and the chaos, but it was really special. And I don't know. I can't say it enough how lucky I felt to have gotten that push in my career at that moment. I've been working so hard for so long. Little Camille has been waiting to kind of have that national TV host break. And the fact that it came during 2020 was really unexpected. But also it's so needed with us being home and looking for new TV shows and movies. I mean, Wipeout coming back, and alongside John Cena and Nicole Byer, our goal is to tell the stories of these contestants and just have everybody laugh. So it's been a lot of fun. I think the only drawback to it is I wish I could see everybody's faces on the crew. Everyone is covered up in masks and there's hundreds of people on the set. And, I remember being on set every day and working with the audio guy so close and personally. And it wasn't until the end of the season that he took his mask off, and I happened to catch it when he took a drink of water, because we all have lunch in different places. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's you? Like I wish I could, I'm telling these jokes and I'm like, is anybody laughing? Are you smiling under your mask? I think that was the most challenging part.
Now, is this still being filmed at the original location in California?
Yeah, out in Santa Clarita. It's the same pools that they had built out from, I don't even, what was it?
2008 was the first.
Yeah. 2008. Still the OG setting, the same situation. And it's definitely unpredictable weather out there. It has like an atmosphere of its own. Sometimes we've got gusts of wind. Sometimes it's hot. And sometimes it's like 30 degrees. But the show must go on.
So now you've spent some time in California. Compared to growing up in New England, what do you still prefer having 4 seasons, or do you like being down in Tampa or out in California?
I was just talking about that this morning. I will forever choose having 4 seasons. I am a Connecticut girl at heart. When it's Christmas time, I like the snow to be falling down and going out and picking a Christmas tree. It's definitely different with summer all year long. There was a girlfriend of mine out here who was telling me how long it was going to take for her pool to get in and how it would be done in 6 months. And I was like, that stinks. It's going to be winter. And she was like, no, it's going to be summer still. And I'm not used to that timeline of just, it's always pool season, but it's nice.
So are you looking forward to returning to the New England area? I believe it's the first weekend in October.
Oh, yes. I'm hoping that, do you think that there'll be fans?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Oh, amazing. Well, then I'm even more excited. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, as someone who used to be on the sidelines as a Patriots cheerleader and then have, been in those stands to cheer on the team and Rob for so many seasons after I resigned from the squad, it definitely holds a very special place in my heart. And I can't even wait to see, Linda Holiday, Bill Belichick's better half, and see the people that I watch the games with. I actually won't be, I hope that I could sit in the original suite with my squad, even though we'll be rooting for two different teams. Yeah, it'll be a great game. I think a lot of people are excited for that one.
Does Gronk have it circled on his calendar?
Probably.
Does he keep a calendar?
He does. He's actually very, very strict to his calendar. Every day he crosses off the day. So I haven't checked. I don't think he actually wrote that in. He's not that far ahead. He's definitely like a month at a time kind of guy. So he doesn't get too overwhelmed. But I know he knows that game is for sure one that he's looking forward to.
You mind if I ask you a couple questions about the Bucs and gambling?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Do you think the Buccaneers can go undefeated this year?
Ooh, I've been asked, do I think that they'll win again? And I'm all about the world of manifesting and putting it out there. And I said yes to that, another Super Bowl win. But going full undefeated, you know what? Let's just do that too. Let's just put it out there. Yes, I think it could be done. They have a stacked team, and seeing everybody, all the returning guys coming back, getting re-signed, it's really exciting. And I think coming off of a Super Bowl win, the energy is high, the vibes are high, the guys are ready to reclaim what's theirs, and maybe an undefeated season could be in their forecast.
All right, I'll hold you to that.
That's hard.
Who do you have winning the MVP?
I mean, I feel like I'd be silly to not be the biggest, supporter and fan of my man. I think I could have seen him take the MVP spot this past Super Bowl. I mean, those 2 touchdowns were really big in that game. But I'm a little biased, so let's go with Rob Gronkowski, MVP.
All right. Do you follow hockey at all?
Do I follow it?
Are you a Bruins fan? Okay.
Yeah. I have not been following it. So if you put me to the test with that stuff, all I know is that the Lightning, Stanley Cup winners, they're like down the street from us. We see the banners everywhere we go. So it's pretty cool to be in, Tampa Bay.
Okay, so you're fully into the Tampa sports scene now. You've left New England behind.
Listen, I haven't been to a Lightning game. I do know, I've been having fun hearing stories of Rob going to the facility down the street. I think he just did like a YouTube video that's out, and he got in the goalie gear, and the guy shot on him, which was pretty fun to hear about. I wasn't there, but I mean, I had the opportunity to go to the Stanley Cup playoffs when the Bruins and the Blues are playing each other, and it wasn't the ending that Boston wanted to see, but it's still an exciting time to see, root on your town and be around that kind of community and in that electric environment. And my little brother and sister grew up playing hockey, so I learned about hat tricks and all the different positions and right wing, left wing, all that stuff, and just being a big sister rooting on my siblings. So I had fun going on their little hockey tours. So I love the games. I love the fights. I even remember the game when Malcolm Butler had the interception, the Super Bowl back in 2015. I was actually a cheerleader at that game. And I remember they were saying that Rob was throwing haymakers and he was throwing punches at the guys. I liked it. So I'm into the fights. So I like that they allow it a little bit in hockey.
All right. You mentioned your squad back in New England.
Mm-hmm.
Which wife or significant other do you think would do best on the Wipeout course?
Oh, wow. That's a first. I'm going to have to go with. Okay, so Trish Kennedy is not a wife or girlfriend, but she is like the squad mom of the New England Patriots, and she is such a firecracker. She doesn't miss a game. She has her lucky shoes. She has her lucky pants. I feel like she gets that uniform on, she'll crush that course. Her personality is like out of this world, and I'm usually sitting by her side for a lot of games, and she's best, and I don't think she'd disappoint.
Who do you think would do better, Gronk or Tom Brady?
I always get asked Gronk or John Cena. I've never been asked Rob or Tom. I'm going to go with Rob. I think that he is just like this big force of nature, and just his agility, his speed, his length. He's got like these big tree trunk legs. I think that it'll take him across like the big red balls, and he'll finish the course. And he's such a big kid at heart. I think he'd have just so much fun with it.
Well, as for Gronk or John Cena, I was going to ask who has the better hair.
Oh, okay. I'm going to give this one to John, because Rob, like, I have to remind him, like, please cut your hair. Like, let's do something with it. And he'll throw water in it and call it a day. So John takes that one.
So what are you looking forward to the most about a second season of Wipeout?
I'm just excited to get back out there. I mean, I was talking about an electric environment when it comes to going into different arenas for sports. It's how it feels at Wipeout. I like being front row and on the action. I definitely am in the thick of it being there. I'm the first person they talk to before they hit the course, and I'm the first person they talk to as soon as they finish. So definitely 2 different personas that I'm getting from them. And it's a lot of fun. So I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to get back in the fields and do my job as host of the field, throw it over to John and Nicole, have, crack some jokes with them, and, bring another successful season to TBS for everyone to enjoy.
Is there a participant or participants from the first season that really stand out to you?
Yes, and they actually have not been shown yet. So anyone who's watching hasn't tuned in yet, there's still a lot of great stuff that you haven't seen, a lot of epic moments. And there are these guys that, I don't want to give it away too much, but they're firefighters and they actually look like brothers. They admitted that their moms have actually mixed them up before. But they took their skills from having to be in such a position where it's, you know, very spontaneous and you got to, you know, literally play with fire and make some pretty huge saves in that career. So they brought their efforts to the course, and I don't know how much I can give away. Let's just say they broke some pretty epic records, like from season 1, like the original. So they're definitely tune in because the way they ran the course is like something we've never seen before.
Do you have anything else you'd like to plug before we go?
Sports Illustrated Swimsuit hits stands in July, so go check it out. I'm back for year 4. Really excited about it. We kept it going. Thank you. We couldn't do it internationally this year, so we shot it domestically. We partnered with the Hard Rock, so it's cool. We still brought the issue to life. So that's my sports memorabilia coming out for the big lead. That's my sports news, Sports Illustrated Swimsuit. But yeah, tune in Thursday nights on TBS, 9/8 Central, and you'll see myself, John Cena, Nicole Byer, and just ready to bring some laughter to your homes.
Oh, well, I thought of something else I should ask. What's after Wipeout for you?
Gosh, I feel like I'm focused like a day at a time, but there's a movie coming out in August with Ryan Reynolds called Free Guy. I make a few appearances in that movie. It was a really fun time being on set with him, directed by Sean Levy. So you'll see me in the big screen in another way in the movie theaters. But for now, TBS is where you'll find me. And I just designed a swimsuit line that I just launched a couple weeks ago. So that's out and keeping me extremely busy. A lot of the things that I have coming up, I'm hoping now with schools opening back up that I'll get back into schools and do my tour talks called the Own It Tour. I love talking to that demographic about just taking control of your life and understanding that, you know, everything doesn't have to go as planned. So take control of not being in control and just kind of going with the flow and manifesting your life and just living out your authentic self, and that it's okay to struggle with body image and relationship with self and with others. And it's just a big open conversation I have at universities around the world, and I'm excited to get back into that. So
how did you get started doing that?
It all stemmed from just personal experience of being a college student, feeling like I was really stuck in a lot of different aspects of my life, and then kind of pulling myself out. We all kind of have to go through those journeys that fall down and get back up. Very similar to the show Wipeout. And I just wish that I had someone to be honest with me about things and struggles, and that's okay and that's normal. When it comes to money, body image, health, career, relationships. And it's something new every time I go to a different school. And I really just like to talk with the kids and open up and be very vulnerable. It's hard for me sometimes, but to see how much it pays off when I have the conversation with the kids after, or the messages or the emails that I get, that it really allows someone to kind of open up and break through something that they were struggling with. It makes it so worth it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with Wipeout. Congratulations on the second season.
Thanks. It was awesome talking with you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming on.